marhaba wa ahla wa sahla fikum. I hope you're well and having a wonderful day. Welcome to another tutorial of learning Levantine Arabic. In this session, we'll be talking about 12 most commonly used phrases in Levantine Arabic to ask people how they are and to check if somebody is okay, and a couple of those phrases that you would use to cheer them up and to change the mood a little bit. Before going any further, I'd like to say we've got some great news. This has been a labor of love as it took quite some time to put this book together. It is now available on Kindle and soon will be available for you to buy if you wish in a paperback copy. The book contains selected grammatical cases as you see in front of you on the screen, and in my opinion these are the most must-know grammatical cases for learners of Arabic to know. It is as always explained thoroughly. The grammatical points are explained on an easy method for you to follow up. I am not claiming any magic formula, but the grammar is explained on an easy method for you to follow, nothing complicated or syntax focused. So hopefully you find that easy and enjoy it. We have approximately over 2,000 new vocabulary, maybe not new for all of you, but we've got definitely over 2,000 words. Hopefully that you will find them useful and use them when necessary. Going with the theme of conjugating a verb on a number of tenses and its derivatives, which you have seen previously, I have conjugated 123 verbs and I will continue to make more, hopefully to cover the entire thing, maybe and when I'm able. So we'll do something as well, continue the conjugation. But however, always you tend to ask, is there a copy of this list of this conjugation? So here you go, you've got the copy. You could purchase it and you have it. It's in my opinion, it's a great resource for you to have. For me as a learner, to learn a language, and it's hard to come by, and you find something like that, so I would definitely recommend it. And I hope you enjoy learning from the book and find it useful for the years to come throughout your learning process. And if you did, don't forget to review it, give a big thumbs up. That would be much appreciated. I will leave a link for you in the description below, but hopefully it will be available maybe in the coming days in the paperback copy. But hopefully, I hope that the paperback copy will be available soon. Sadly, this is an Amazon thing and it takes quite some time, so there's nothing from my end. Okay. With that aside, let's come back to our tutorial. It's actually 13 phrases, not 12 phrases, but I don't know. I don't like number 13. I don't know. Let me know if who's the same as me who don't like number 13. So I'm afraid it's 13 phrases, but I had to make it 12. I like even numbers. Our first phrase is شو القصة. شو القصة. شو, which means what. It does not mean a shoe. Just to bear that in mind. القصة is the story, and here it means the matter. Again, as you always ask the letter قاف, you can go ahead and pronounce it as قاف. So you could say شو القصة. شو القصة, but I understand that you would always want to have an easier pronunciation, so you want to replace the letter قاف with a glottal stop. So you could say شو القصة. شو القصة, what's the matter? If you see Sarah, you would say شو القصة سارة, شايفك مو على بعضك. شو القصة سارة, what's the matter Sarah? شايفك مو على بعضك. شايفك, I see you. مو على بعضك, not as yourself or not as the usual. And then equally you could change here from feminine to masculine, say شايفك أك مو على بعضك. So you change the ending, the ek to ak, and here as well from the ek to ak if you're asking a masculine. شو القصة سارة, شو القصة سارة, شايفك مو على بعضك. And then I guess Sarah here, if she's willing, she'll be sharing some information. And if you want to make it easier for her or just comfort her, you could say مو محرزة القصة. مو محرزة القصة. مو محرزة, which means is not worth it. مو محرزة. مو محرزة. مو محرزة. I hear that lots of you find the letter ha very difficult. So if you want to pronounce the letter ha, imagine if you got glasses like myself. I wear glasses because I can't see without them. Everything is blurry. محرزة. So imagine if you're cleaning your glasses, you blow some air or hot air into your glasses in order to clean them. So give that a good try, and that's the letter ha effectively. مو محرزة, or if you're a fan of spicy food. مو محرزة القصة. القصة is the story, so that's why we made it مو محرزة, made it feminine. مو محرزة القصة. مو محرزة القصة. The story is not worth it, or the matter is not worth it for you to be upset about. And تزعل if you're asking a masculine, and تزعلي obviously if you're talking to feminine, and here we're talking to Sarah. So you would say مو محرزة القصة تزعلي كرمالا. مو محرزة القصة تزعلي كرمالا. Kirmal is for the sake of it or about it, and the or the ha belongs to the story. So if you want to comfort her, you would say مو محرزة القصة تزعلي كرمالا. مو محرزة القصة تزعلي كرمالا. But obviously if you're talking to John, you would say مو محرزة القصة تزعل كرمالا. So the verb زعل here, which means to be upset about. زعل. Great. Let's move to another phrase. خير شوفي. إن شاء الله خير. خير شوفي. خير. Everything good. شوفي. What's the matter? What is it there? إن شاء الله خير. Inshallah khair, I hope everything is okay. Khair shufi, what's the matter? Inshallah khair, I hope everything is okay. So you would use it if you see somebody's not feeling great or doesn't seem herself or himself. So you kind of come and approach and you'd say Khair shufi, Inshallah khair, Inshallah khair. It's actually used in German a lot. Inshallah khair. Khair, shufi, khair. I hope everything is good. Shufi, what is there? What's happening? Inshallah khair. I hope everything is okay. And for you to comfort the person, you could use the same phrase and then follow up with بتحب نروح نشرب فنجان قهوة. بتحب, would you like? نروح, we go. نشرب, we drink. فنجان قهوة, a cup of coffee. So if you want to take somebody to maybe a better environment, a better place, so you could have a chat, then you could offer them to go and have a cup of coffee. You could say بتحب نروح نشرب فنجان قهوة. خير شوفي, إن شاء الله خير. بتحب نروح نشرب فنجان قهوة. And obviously if you're talking to feminine, you would say بتحبي. Only بتحبي would change. But the rest would stay or remain the same. You wouldn't need to change it. شو صار? شو صار? What has happened? شو صار? شو صار? The phrase شو صار, you can't just leave it like that. However, people sometimes tend to just use it by itself, but it would be better to follow up with something a little bit more detailed, or a bit more information, a bit more of a chat, instead of just being a little bit more abrupt, because this sounds a little bit abrupt. What happened? شو صار? شو صار? ليش مبين متضايق? ليش مبين? ليش? Why? مبين, you look, you appear. متضايق, upset. متضايق, متضايق, upset. ليش مبين متضايق؟ ليش مبين متضايق؟ ليش مبين متضايق؟ And that's if you're talking to masculine. If you're addressing feminine, you would say ليش مبينة متضايقة؟ ليش مبينة 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 متضايقة. So you could say شو صار؟ ليش مبينة متضايقة؟ Or if you're talking to masculine, you would say شو صار؟ ليش مبين متضايق? Sometimes people tend to drop مبين as well. So if you would like, you can drop that and you could say ليش متضايق, ليش متضايق. And if you're talking to family, you say ليش متضايقة, متضايقة. And for you to comfort them, you could say ولا يهمك, ولا يهمك, ولا يهمك, which means it's not worth it or it's not worthy for you to be upset about. ولا يهمك, ولا يهمك, or ولا يهمك if you're talking to feminine. ولا يهمك, ولا يهمك, ولا يهمك. So the difference here between both is the masculine ends with an ak and the feminine ends with an ek. Again, the phrase is شو صار ليش مبين متضايق if you're asking to masculine, and شو صار ليش مبين متضايقة if you're addressing feminine. And if the person is willing to share any information or talk to you about the issue, then you could comfort them and say ولا يهمك or ولا يهمك. Our next phrase is أنت منيح or أنتي منيحة. Here the phrase منيح it's a one you already know. If somebody's asking you كيفك, you would say منيح, I'm good, منيح, or منيحة, I'm good, I'm fine. You could equally use it to check if somebody's okay. So you could say أنت منيح, are you okay? Everything's okay, everything is all right. أنت منيح, أنت منيح. And if you're talking to family, you would say أنتي منيحة, أنتي منيحة. And for you to comfort them, you could say الشغلة مو or مش مستاهلة زعلك. الشغلة مو or مش. Mu and mish both mean not. You could choose either. Both are used in Levantine Arabic. This is standard Levantine Arabic. This is not a slang. Could be used in one than the other. Levantine Arabic could be used all over the Levant area, which is in Palestine, Syria, Jordan, and Lebanon. So mu or mish both means not. الشغلة مش مستاهلة. الشغلة مش مستاهلة. The thing you're upset about is not worthy, it's not worth. زعل, زعل, it's the noun, زعلك, you being upset about. Or if you're talking to masculine, you would say زعلك. So you could say الشغلة مش مستاهلة زعلك. الشغلة, the matter, the issue, مش مستاهلة زعلك. الشغلة مش مستاهلة زعلك if you're talking or comforting feminine. And if you're comforting masculine, you would say الشغلة مش مستاهلة زعلك. الشغلة مش مستاهلة زعلك. زعلك, you being upset. And this phrase is similarly to the previous one as well used if you want to check if somebody is okay or feeling okay. And the phrase الشغلة مش مستاهلة زعلك or الشغلة مش مستاهلة زعلك for you to comfort the person who isn't feeling okay or doesn't seem to be okay. Our last set of phrases, شكلك مو مبسوط. شكلك مو مبسوط. شكل, which means shape or look. شكلك, you don't look. مو, not, مبسوط, happy. شكلك مو مبسوط. شكلك مو مبسوط. شكلك مو مبسوط. And if you're addressing feminine, you would say شكلك مو مبسوطة. شكلك مو مبسوط. شكلك مو مبسوطة. The difference between both phrases is the obvious. مبسوط is masculine, مبسوطة is feminine. And at the end of شكل, we've got ak for masculine and ek for feminine. Again, looking at the translation, it does seem very direct, but it doesn't sound like that in Arabic, and obviously you're not going to use it with somebody you don't know walking down the street. So yeah, you wouldn't use it to approach somebody walking in the street. Hi, you don't look happy. You would obviously use it with somebody, close to you, a member of family, somebody who you would share or would ask for such information from. So in Arabic, it doesn't sound that direct or rude or inappropriate. But I understand, we've got cultural differences. You might use in your native language, you might use a different phrase. But again, similarly to Arabic, you're not going to talk to somebody, a complete stranger in the street and just look at, hey, you don't seem happy. Again, you would use it to talk or ask somebody you're close to. And we've got two phrases for you to use to comfort the person that you care about. The first one is نص الألف خمسمية. نص الألف خمسمية. The literal translation for it sounds very weird and strange, which means half of the 1,000 is 500. Yep, if you know basic maths, that is true. Yeah, half of the 1,000 is 500. But the overall translation in Arabic means look at the bright side. Very much like the idiom or opposite the idiom, the glass is half full. That is if somebody's being very pessimistic. But this idiom in Arabic, the overall meaning, it means look at the bright side. نص الألف خمسمية. نص الألف خمسمية, and the glottal stop there does not get pronounced. So نص الألف خمسمية. The second phrase that you might want to use instead of نص الألف خمسمية, if you find it a little bit strange, you could use بتهون. بتهون. بتهون, which means everything will get better or everything will be okay. بتهون. 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 Great guys, and with that I'll end today's session. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. You could use these phrases to check up on somebody if he, she is feeling okay, and just bear in mind, do not approach any complete stranger and use these phrases with. You could have different reaction. Well, similarly in English as well. You never know. And if you did enjoy it, don't forget to give a big thumbs up. I hope you have a wonderful day and stay safe at these difficult times. Ma salame.